Okay, you got to guess the band without using Shazam.
Hey, I've got a commentary without much to say. And all those damn kids drive me crazy every day. But all I ever think is something to complain, to complain, to complain. And all I wish that they would all just go away. Cause all I really wanna be just like them, just wanna be just like them, just wanna be just like them, just wanna be just like that. Commentary without much to say. If you forgive me, I'll be getting on my way. And I forgot the whole damn point of this whole song. And I'm complaining now, complaining for so long, for so long, for so long.
Do you have any band guesses? No one's ever going to get it. Not without looking it up. Or Shazamming it. No courage? Nobody with courage to fail? Let me see. Oh, we got some guesses. Say, there was some courage to fail. Let me see. Yeah, YouTube link is right there. Sketches. Can you hear me okay? You can hear me, right? Do we have audio on me? Yo, confirmation. Audio on me? Audio on you? Is there no... Nah. I'm not in Discord because I'm an idiot. Hang on. Now I'm on Discord. I am a dumb. How's that for dumb? That's me, man.
There you go.
I'm out of my groove, man. I'm like, I've lost my rhythm. You know, we've been done this for a while. You know. Oh man. It was so good too. Sorry. And then, yeah, making you go all the way over to YouTube to, it's just failure. Fail. Actually, I'm going to do one other quick thing. Hang on a second. Okay. No, I really am off my groove in a big way, right? After the break, you got fail mode. All right. Hey, everybody. Okay, check it out, though. Check it out. And tell me if this isn't like just the coolest tune while we're talking. For those on Discord who don't want to jump over to YouTube. And you can hear me now, right? We're good audio. You know, we'll let this roll while you can do a little debugging on this thing. So we had some guesses. Motley Crue, no, not even close. Cream, no. Steely Dan is actually not a bad guess. Yeah, Eric, I was not in the chat because I'm a dumb, as we've already established. Let's see, what else? All right. I got a video shoot this weekend for, and I can't tell you what it's for. Yeah, it's not Hendrix. But I will be taking these glasses with me. I will tell you that. And I'll tell you. So, do you guys have good? No, actually, Tyler, it's kind of a feature. I told you about it, right? Bad Santa Diary. That's my only hint. Not Bad Santa Diary, Sad Santa Diary. But I want to just show you one thing real quick about this tune, and then we'll get on to whatever it is that's important. Listen right here. To me, this sounds so much like Foo Fighters. You know what I mean? That's like just total Foo Fighters action right there. But no, this is remarkably, this is Oingo Boingo from the 80s, maybe the early 90s. So actually a little bit. It had to be maybe early to mid 90s. So about the same time Foo Fighters were starting, but Boingo, very underrated and ancient and underknown band. Danny Elfman, exactly. Elfman's a friggin' genius. Also, probably one of the most, I'm going to go Danny Elfman, the single most underrated vocalist in the history of rock and roll music. So, and yeah, Elfman is the band leader, composer, and vocalist of Oingo Boingo. Hey, everybody. So how was Thanksgiving? Was it good? Was it okay? Probably less family gatherings? Fewer?
Still chewing through the leftovers.
I know, right? Yeah, man, so, okay, who said it? Who said it earlier? Was it Michelle? Final syndrome is real? Yeah, you don't have to tell me. Yes, it's also real for me. One of the things that you don't fully get just by being students is that when you walk out of your last final, there's all that ramp up, and you walk out of your last final, you're like, well, win, lose, or draw, it's over at least. I have a break. Even if I flunked everything, I at least have a break, right? Then the professors, I'm not trying to do professorial pity party, but I am saying that then we start grading, except in this class, where you'll note at least this semester, no final. Next semester, I don't know.
Can I hop in real quick?
Yeah. Who is that? Devin? Sounds like Devin.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, man.
Yeah, it's me. So real quick, I've gotten multiple emails. I'm not sure if you just covered this, but I get multiple emails and messages about, I think it's the 19th, of people who are marked absent. And there are people who put their name in attendance but didn't participate in the workshops. And so Dr. Knudsen took pictures of the screen of the screen of those who were participating, and so those who participated got credit for being there and participating during the day. But that's why you were marked absent if you.
That's right. So
didn't stay for workshops.
Let me explain. So let me add on to that, Devin. Thanks. Yeah. So number one, I'm not a fan of ex post facto laws. Ex post facto laws are where the rule becomes known. The rule or the guideline or the law becomes known after the fact, and then the punishment is retroactively affixed. You know what this feels like because you experience it in a number of classes. I'm not a fan of that. But what I did want, so I started off with just no, look, this thing, it's an attendance class and it's an experience class, right? There were at least a few people that either A, regularly have conflicts, and I've kind of said, no, it's okay, just watch it on YouTube. You know, you know what I mean. That's all good. That's part of why we do that, or just other excuse conflicts or things like that. What I wasn't a big fan of was, hey everybody, blah 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 workshop blah, and then literally like, I don't even know what the percentage was, 30%, just like everyone's trundling off to the auditorium, and then you just peel off, you know, and go somewhere else, and then just don't read materials. To me, that's not the spirit of the thing. But having not, you know, still being strongly in the fake it till you make it zone, as we are this semester, I didn't really kind of have that thought out ahead of time. Therefore, and there were a few people who had, you know, just legit schedule struggles, whatever.
Just to illustrate, there's, I don't know, definitely over 20 students present right now. There's 60 students.
There's over
in
30
the class.
right now.
There's
Yeah.
60 in the class, and only 20 participated in workshops. So
Yes.
just to illustrate how many dipped or just log in and don't actually stay for class.
Yeah, there's 36 right now, actually. And today's going to be a similar thing, actually. We've got 36, I think, right now in attendance. And there are probably a couple that are going to be on. Maybe there's a couple on YouTube. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, so, but here's the deal. What I don't want to do is like go, ha-ha, you know, ex post facto rule. So what I'm going to do is basically pitch, I'm not sure when, but sometime when we're quite confident that everybody can be there, for those who either didn't make it or who were watching later, right, who didn't understand what we're going to do. So this is in answer to, let me see, blah, blah, blah. Let me see, jumping. Yeah, so sketches, right? So some people watch later on YouTube. Yes, John, how's that work? If you couldn't participate, watch YouTube. Exactly. So this is what I want to address. What I'm going to do is basically do like a makeup session, you know, where we can just pick a time that everybody can be there. Because that is, I mean, you know that's experiential, right? I mean, that's not like, let me watch, you know, 15 minutes of intro and then, you know, then that was the end of that. The experience is the thing. So what I'm going to do is pick a couple times when everybody can make it, and then just, you know, post those and get anybody who missed it, and I'll send out an announcement on Discord and on Canvas. That seems fair, right? That seems reasonable. And then basically,
yeah, I'm not like trying to do like a gotcha either. I was just explaining so that
exactly.
I don't get like 30 more emails going. I wasn't marked for the 19th.
No, that's
just
right.
Explaining.
That's right. Well, I'm glad you brought it up too, Devin. And I just wanted to explain what we're doing about it, right, on top of that. So, but just so everybody knows, okay? And then, yeah, that's separate from, so Laith, yeah, that's separate from meeting with me. So, and then today's going to be very similar because we're doing the reading circles today. Similar idea. If somebody's got a conflict, whatever, I mean, you know, it's best if you can jump in. I have actually created groups based upon the books that you signed up for book number 2. Okay. This is something, and I did talk about it, where book number 2 doesn't need to have been read by now. Or at least, you know, the bulk of the way through. And I'm trying to continue to be reasonably flex, given that we're still figuring stuff out, and, you know, I'm trying to find the balance with all that. So that's what's happening. So today is going to be reading circles, similar, but I'm going to send an announcement out about like a makeup time for the writing workshop. And let me mention real quickly also the personal. Oh, can I just say this? I did all the grading for the book inspired post number 1. About 60% of the time, I made the comment, "This is not supposed to be a book report." Look at the syllabus. Okay, if you look at the syllabus, which I think anyway, I know we talked about. I assigned as reading. What I did do was I changed and added a link back to this thing, and I think I even pulled this up at some point when we were talking about it, right? The book inspired posts. Let me see. Where is it?
Looks like you have it in italics.
Yeah, it's in italics, which is why I couldn't find it. You must provide insight analysis on the topic. This is not a book report. Do not regurgitate what the author said. It's just that was your inspiration. It's like, don't tell me what you liked about the book. And that was about a very significant chunk was kind of like, Cliff says this, then Cliff said that, and I liked it. And so now keep in mind what I'm doing pretty much for the duration is anytime there's a post and you want to improve it, even now, if there's a post and you want to improve it, change it and let me know and we'll look at it again. And then you want to do that again? Cool. Okay? So you can still, you're not dead in the water, right? You can still do it. However, I also said this before the break that coming out of the break, we're all caught up. Weird, but we're actually caught up on grading. Everything that you've kind of, what I'm not going to allow is sort of like, somebody shows up next week and drops, 27 posts on us. No, that's not the gig. You know what I mean? That's not, how should I say it? That's not an equitable relationship. That doesn't speak to, I've been engaged and I just didn't do anything. But anything that you've done, anything that you've already done and you want to make it better, make it better. And then just let me know. Everybody good with that? Yeah, so Shark State. Yeah. So let's talk about what this is. And let me see. Back up. So let me back up on the comments. So seeds. No, all you do is you just say hot feedback in your comment on the submission, and we'll give you hot feedback. But for the book inspired post, I graded all of those. Okay, and the current events, I graded all of those. So I don't know if that Mr. Seeds, does that make sense? Is that clear?
Adore.
What's that? Was that a rando hot mic? Sounds like it. Eric, I don't know if you're addressing me on the please elaborate. Let me see. The it's not time to join. Let me see. Brickmaker, not time to join. Wait. Everybody, don't go to workshops, man. Hang on a second. Just a second. Yeah, no, don't go to the workshops. Eric already bailed out. He got all excited and got jiggy. So stop. Okay. Yeah, you lost the feed because I jumped over to the other workshop. On the makeup workshop, I'll post it. Yes, I'll post on Canvas and on Discord. I'll spam to everybody time and date for that. Okay. Now let me back up. Back. Seeds. Let me see. Yeah, that's yep. Hot feedback. Check with me on that. Okay. What else? Eric, please elaborate. Did that get elaborated, Eric? Are we? And then Tyler, what's the best way to contact the TAs for a regrade on a blog post that I've incorporated feedback and rewrote? Yeah, no. So what you mostly just need to do is just resubmit it, and just resubmit it with the link again, and then what we're trying to do is catch up. Then we go literally back through like everyone and just kind of rototill. Go back and look at all the submissions. Are there any new submissions? Basically. And then, look at those and then regrade, as needed. Okay? Does that make sense, Tyler? And that's what we're kind of doing. And if there's a point where you're nervous about it or you haven't heard yet, or you just want to, who did all the grading for, what is it again, Devin? Who had the odds, who had the evens on the smallish blog post with you and Tim? One of you had the odds. The other one had the evens. Devin's spaced right now. He's being mauled by his corgi, no doubt. Yeah, so, okay, yeah, Devin had the odds. Thank you. Thanks. That seems to be the consensus. Tim had evens, Devin had odds. So you know who to go after specifically. But if it's like, I really want to know now, just ping whoever and we'll try to just, be on it. Let me see. Wait, did I lose the stream? Crap. Hang on a second. Hold tight. Duh. I know what I did. You can hear me though, right? Through all that?
Yes, sir.
All right, but now y'all can see me. Okay, man, sorry. It's just been, I don't know. I'm just really off my groove. So off my groove. Okay, let me see. All right, backing up. Yeah, let me come back to Eric. Hold on a second. Yeah, so Mr. or Ms. Shark State said syllabus didn't have much guidance other than don't make it a book report. So I referenced the smallish post. Still got told I wrote a book report, because you probably did. But let's figure this out, okay? I'm catching up. Yeah. So Eric asked the same question, right? Book report. What are we doing? And then John said, reference things in the books, applied it to real life. Now, yeah, and John, that probably makes it, depends on what you do with it. It depends on what you do with it. There were some who referenced the book, but really made it very centric about just the topics at hand or connected. But if it's like a litany of, Cliff said this, Cliff said that, it is kind of a sliding scale, okay? Some people were literally like, Cliff said this, I like that. Cliff said that, I like that. Cliff said this, that was interesting. And those aren't buying you much, because that's really just kind of it's like a book report, only really boring. Some of you were like, Cliff had this experience, that experience. To me, that relates to a bigger thing, and then you write about a bigger thing, a lot more forgiveness for that, right? And then, so yeah, Mr. Seeds, let's calibrate it, right? Come grab me, talk about it. Also, I'm going to actually run an empirical study on seeds and maybe on everybody, just to see if there is an inconsistency between me, Tim, and Devin. How about that? And we'll figure out who is the hard butt in the group. And remember, my goal always is just to try to figure out how to get it right. We're not defensive. We're not defending like, no, that's a 3. I'm sorry, nothing I can do for you. We always want to just try to get it right, and we're willing to make the effort to do that. And it is not an exact science by any remote stretch. It is subjective at some level, and we're trying to calibrate this thing. Okay, let me see. We did say the book report is a longer version of the smallish blog postings. Insight and analysis on the general topic, not a book report. Don't regurgitate what the author said. That is a little bit scarce. I must admit. And what else do we have for these smallish posts? What are we saying about this one? Inspired by the issues raised in the readings for that day, you write one, paragraph. Explore the topic, not simply regurgitate. What are your thoughts on the subject? Inspired by. I don't know if that helps, Eric. But let me back up here. Yeah, I don't know. I've got to catch up on the comments. But yeah, I think that could be a little more clearly expressed. And I was just making a note to myself. In fact, okay, we're going to go to reading circles. And when that happens, I'm going to go do a little bit of data gathering. Okay, yeah, Seeds, it is a conspiracy. You are correct. Xander, submissions for late assignments no longer allowed. Yeah, no, here's the deal. If you have like a couple that you've missed, you want to drop those in this week. But I just don't want to have like, I don't know. It's really time to be refining what you've got if you want. But if you have already submitted it and you want to rework a little bit, that's all good. If there's a couple you haven't submitted, then just submit them, and I'm not gonna care. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense. Can the book post be a short post, or does it need to be? The book post has to be a longer post. Okay. And I do think I said that. Did I not? Book response is like a longer version. What else? That's really all I said about length. It is a longer version. But so if it's like 10% longer, that's actually still in the same category as blog post. Okay, hang on. Let me go back and catch up here. Please jump in on any of these issues. I'm just trying to roll. And yeah, so Delia, typically a couple paragraphs is good. Yeah, that's right. Bruce Wayne. Yeah, a few paragraphs, 2, 3, longer than a normal post, not a full paper. Let me see. Oh, yeah, literary extravaganza. Oh, you know what else we're going to talk about? We're going to finish talking about next time. Is the whole intellectual property thing. Yeah, let's talk about the literary extravaganza. Erica, hardest to easiest, Dr. K, Devin, and Tim. Thank you. We'll find out. Okay. All right. Devin marks you lower, marks Mason. Devin hates Mason, I think is what we're saying. Gets marked down. We have Devin's hot feedback is awesome. All right. We got yay, no, yay. Yeah, I'm going to explain reading circles before sending you off. Yes. And do we still have, yeah, thank you, Eric or whoever it was that wandered off. And then I usually, I will try to calibrate Tim and Devin. I want to just say this, because I have no interest in throwing those guys under the bus, because it's been a crap ton of grading, and I know that they've just, put a lot of effort in, but that's not the ultimate measure, right? You can put a lot of effort in and still suck, and nobody really appreciates that. You know what I mean? That you suck, but I worked really hard. Yeah, well, you should probably rethink your life because you still suck. Having taught writing and graded writing and done a ton of writing and bazillion pubs and, et cetera, I just want to say that I feel like Devin and Tim have done, on balance, we all make dumb mistakes, but I think that Devin and Tim have done, I think, an incredible job. And over and over and over and over again, I'd go back and double check, spot check, and I'd be just like, no, that's kind of what I would say. That's pretty good. And it's a hard job, to try to get it right. And so I think it's been good. Okay. What else? Yeah, let me see. The reading. So yeah, seeds. The workshops and these reading circles are not the same thing. This is going to be a different thing. This is going to be super easy, and we'll get to it. Dahlia, great comments. I don't know what a T means on the grades. I don't even know what that is. Okay, apparently Erica knows, so that's great. Colton, de nada. Michelle is rethinking her life. This is fantastic. About time. I knew eventually that interpretive dance would erupt once Michelle rethought her life. So that's great. Okay, are we good? Are we all at peace? Literary extravaganza. I think I can do a better job of explaining the blog, the book inspired post. I think I need to. Agreed? I think I need to. And once again, can I just say thanks so much? I mean, we're almost out of this gig. We've only got 2 more weeks and then it's finals, and there's not really anything to do here for finals except maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a little bit more following up on some regrades or something, or the, whatever you want to call it. But I just want you to know again how much I appreciate the relative patience while we're figuring this thing out. And I'm trying to, make that equitable by being reasonable on the grading side of it. You know what I mean? Because I don't think it's fundamentally fair to hold students more accountable than it appears that you hold yourself as a faculty. I think that's like the epitome of uncoolness. You know what I mean? To hold students to a different standard than you hold yourself when it comes to things like that, my opinion. So therefore, we're trying to just work with you, and hopefully at the end of the day, it's been a good experience, and been interesting and engaging, and there's a lot of ways to do that, and I'm trying some, and we'll figure it out and make it better. Okay, I want to talk about, I think that's good for book-inspired posts. Same thing for the one on the second book. It's not, it's really inspired by the topics that, it doesn't mean you cannot make a reference, but the punchline has to be more than a report on what they wrote. It has to inspire. Okay. I want to come back to literary extravaganza, but let me talk about personal writing workshop. I've done one of these officially so far. Here's what we do, and I'm going to post like some blocks of time. I'll spam it out to Discord. And I'm going to come back to you, Seeds. Yeah, and by the way, this is not going to be in the first 6 weeks of the semester. Whoo! Unforeseen complications. Nobody knew. But the idea is that we just get together on Discord for 10 or 15 minutes. We pull up one of your blog posts, and you get to pick. And we just go 10, 15 minutes talking about it. That's it. That's the whole thing. One-on-one with me, where we can kind of just talk through a little bit of that's it. That's it. Blah, blah, blah rules. Okay? And the biggest pain there is just trying to figure out how to do the scheduling, how to get that scheduled. And that's something that maybe I'll just spill out into, we can spill that into finals week a little bit with no final per se. it gives us a bit more flexibility to do that. And again, I'm coming back to you, Seeds. Literary extravaganza. Who asked the question? Who asked the question about the literary extravaganza? I'm scanning back. Blah, blah, blah. Who mentioned the literary extravaganza? Oh, John did. Can we talk about literary extravaganza? Yeah. Yes, we can. Here it is. Right here. Last day of class, we're gonna share our talents. And then you just have to post something. It doesn't matter. It can be a haiku. It can be poem. It can be. There was at one time. It's kind of dropped off, but on Twitter there was a great account called Very Short Story, which were like a full short story in 140 characters or less. Very interesting. Limerick. I don't know. I've seen artwork. I've seen video stuff. I've seen interpretive dance. I have seen comedy improv. I have seen. Now that's a little harder again, being, all remote like this. But I'm just saying, and I'm giving you like haiku, just to be like, okay, if you want to be a total cop out, and do the haiku if you must. Do anything. It doesn't matter. I'm just trying to get you to use the other part of your brain that isn't the computer science part of your brain. That's all I'm trying to do. It's a freebie. There's no style points. You can suck the suck of suckness and get all the points just by doing it. Okay? Now, this is also important. What I want to do, what I usually do is, and I need to have basically permission. When you submit it, I need to put this in the instructions. Identify either like you're okay, because we do these things, right? We push it out to YouTube. If you're like okay or not okay with that being shared, ordinarily we're in class, but being pushed out on YouTube, it's a little more public. If you'd like really rather not have your stuff shared, so I need you to kind of tell me if you're okay or not okay with sharing your stuff on YouTube. And another approach is we can share your stuff on YouTube with using your name or not using your name or a pseudonym or just a first name, and that just is to be kind of compliant with FERPA. This is a product for school. I don't have the right to just take your stuff and push it out on YouTube under your name without your permission. So you got to kind of give permission for me to push any of that stuff out there. But it's usually pretty funny and pretty fun and kind of engaging, So you got the idea. All right. Okay. Let me go back. Is that okay on literary extravaganza, John? We good with kind of what that is? Any other crazy questions? This one has to be submitted on time because I've got to have time to pull it together by the last day of class. Okay. Let me see. Bum. Backing up. John, my blog comments too hasn't been graded yet. Yeah, so all the blog comments, those are not qualitatively graded. We're not like, I don't like your comments. They're like, no, you made the comments, boom. And so that's more just like following through and checking those. So that's like if you've done it and you have a submission, then you're gonna, you'll get the points. Does that make sense, John? And let me see, Erica, you're welcome. Let's see. Okay, back to Seeds. Yeah, for some links I post that have so little text. Do we need to read every single ASCII character that appears? No. I mean, No. I just want reasonable, right? There's some of them that are like really, really big, and it's like look at it, understand it, right? I mean, there's no exams, and some of them, my intent for most of them was that it was interesting enough, and I'll try to keep making that better every semester, but that it'd be interesting enough that you would want to, you know what I mean, that it would kind of pull you through because it's interesting material. In the case of the videos, that's a little easier because you just start it going and you watch it. You know, it's a little less of that kind of stuff, right? Let me see. I got a hot mic somewhere. Let me see what else we got. Yeah, Seeds doesn't like reading. Sorry, man. Delia lies about having no talent. Not true. Oh, yeah. How related to class material? Thank you, Taylor or Kyra. I'm not even sure. But can you draw a picture? Yes. But it is ideal. It is ideal for it to relate in some way, shape, or form to the general topic of ethics and computers in society. Okay? It does need to relate to computers and society. And I think I said this. Yeah, right here. There we go. The only content requirement is that your works have to have something to do, that they have something to do with the overall focus of this class. That's it. Okay? So you can really do whatever. And it can be art. Again, I've seen everything. I've seen everything just about. Oh, let's see. Reading is hard. Blah, blah. Judging you. We are judging you, Seeds, just FYI. Partially, probably. Denver doesn't like reading. Listening to 1984 on Audible with a boring voice, that would be bad. That would be really bad. I'm sorry. I've actually been such a reader that I've only recently begun to, like in the last year, do a lot more Audible and books on audio. I was not in the mode of hearing somebody read. It would just put me to sleep if somebody's trying to read to me. And I've gotten better at doing the audiobook thing. But I still love, it's something about the book. The book. Okay. Yeah, okay, let me see. Blah, blah, let me see. Seeds, yeah, audiobooks. There's nothing wrong with audiobook, man. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Also true, Bruce Wayne, I have, it is sometimes harder to listen. Finding that time to listen depending upon your lifestyle. Right? Okay. All right. So, and back to Seeds. Yeah, 100%. You really, truly, the clean conscience, be your judge, be your own guide on that. You know what I mean? And really, I'm not going to judge you, truly not going to judge you on that. And, you kind of know what you threw in. And if it's really, really big and you're kind of hitting it and scanning it and spend some time, it's all good. It's all good. I absolve you, my son, of any, or my daughter, whatever. I don't even know what you are. But I absolve you, my child, for any and all of these sins. It's really about the sincerity of the effort that you're throwing into it. And that's really all I want at the end of the day is just, for you to have an experience. I'm just trying to help guide an experience that's a good one. That's all I'm trying to do here, really, and get you to think. So if you're doing that, Seeds, then I'm good, okay? You have clean conscience before whatever I am, Cardinal K. You have absolution before Cardinal K. Okay, I think we're good with this. Great comments, great stuff. This is so much easier to do in person. Oh, nice on the audio hack. Okay, Tyler, I can't do the books at high speed. I don't know. I'm not, but I like that. Go 3 and then the 2 sounds normal. Excellent. Okay, here's all we're going to do. Are you ready? You ready for this? Ready to jump on? Reading circles. All that happens here is everybody has read or was supposed to have read I'm going to drop a big paste, okay? It's going to be a Mondo paste into the chat. These are the groups and the workshop rooms. Now, some of these folks are not going to be here. This is everybody who submitted a book. If you are not in this list, then you're already losing points on the book thing itself. But join a workshop anyway and just listen in. All I want you to do, like there's like 3 books. There are 3 groups, I think, with 1984. And I think that's fantastic because I don't think that book has ever been more relevant than in 2020, frankly. But I tried to group them. Let me see. Brickmaker, you're not in any of them. Did you submit a book? Or DM me, actually. Brickmaker, DM me, and I can do like a quick double check. Dover, did I spell your name wrong? Crap. I am so sorry. Okay. It's not all God, Topher. Thank you. Quick edit. Nice edit. No. I'll double check that as well. Okay, here's what I want you to do. Go to the workshop little group thingamajiggy that you line up with, and then I just want you to go in there and just talk about it. Share what books you read. There are some of them that are like totally fragmented, but they're related. Like there's 2 different books about Snowden. That's one group. There's a couple of sci-fi ones that kind of related. So I tried to group topically, to the extent possible. So just jump to the group, and then let's boogie back here. We go till 6:45 conceptually. Can we come back here at, I don't know. We can do this a couple of ways. I was kind of looking for like maybe a report. How do you want to do this? We could all pile back, but that just takes a long time. I don't know. How about, would you guys mind maybe jumping back to the general chat and just having some representative of your group jump back before you're done, just before you're out, jump back to the general chat and give kind of a report about, the books, any cool insights. Maybe you could have somebody doing like some scribe. You're just talking about the book you read. That's it. But I want you to just share with the others about the book you read, what you liked. And this is book report land. Okay. This is all about the book, but it can also be about, like what does 1984 really have to do with technology today? It's anything. This is freeform conversation, and I'm just going to bop around. And I'm just going to drop in like I did last time. Don't freak out if I drop into your group, okay? That's it. And then but jump back to general text to drop any of your comments. But just make sure they have context, right? Like 1984 and then a comment. And I think you can kind of be in like, everybody can be in the voice chat, but stay in the general text chat. And then just drop your comments as you're talking. Drop your comments in the general chat. Would that be okay? I think that's probably going to work. Seeds, no mic ability. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. Noob. Let's all wait. Weren't we shaming him earlier or something?
He must have it coming then.
No, we will not shame him. Or her. I can't tell. There's tacos in the way or something on that. I don't even know. Whatever. We shall not shame this person for the lack of a mic in 2020 in a computer science major. No, we will not shame. Okay, so here's the deal. Jump to your... you have a mic. Well, I don't know. Do whatever you're going to do, man. You be you, and we'll figure this out. Okay, but drop your general job. Sorry, drop your general purpose chat comments to the general text in real time, even like if somebody has an insight. But again, put the book title or some identifier that lets us know what the book is that you're talking about, and that would be great. And I think we'll be able to see, that flow. We'll try it. It's an experiment, and I'll bop around. Okay, ready, go. This is good. Yeah, no, it's not going to be a disaster, Bruce Wayne. It's going to be interesting. It'll be frenetic and chaotic and beautiful, just like Thanksgiving used to be. Complete with your crazy uncle. Okay, everybody bail. I'm going to drop in. Once I bop in, I'll lose my video screen share, but that's okay. Oh, God. Nice, Denver. That's all right. Okay. So for the rest of you still in here, who's there? Michelle, if you didn't have one, just drop in anywhere. Everybody else, just pick a group. Okay, let me see. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm killing my video, which will also kill. No, actually, OBS is still streaming to YouTube. So what I'm going to do, and I'm kind of saying this mostly for the benefit of YouTube, for those listening on YouTube, what I'm going to do, I am going to, so what you see on YouTube on the stream isn't going to Discord because there's now no video stream in Discord. But I believe if I bop around to the various voice channels that I'm going to be able to hear the audio stuff, and then you can hear it as well. And then, John, if you want to, jump on, John, Sonica, if you want to just, either get to your designated group or pick one. Yeah, John, you have a designated group. All right.
Is still extremely applicable to internet. Like nothing's changed. There are these Slack machines that will criticize any media that go outside, like the State Department's lines or news. There's still biases within these media organizations to get news straight from the U.S. Justice departments and whatnot, because it's very easy news for very easy clicks. Advertisers will still pull advertisements when things are said that they don't like or they don't agree with or don't like confined to the growing U.S. foreign investment. So these things are still very strong on internet media as much as they were on television or radio media. I think that Slack machines have only gotten worse due to
Hey, Workshop 3, are you all in here rolling, or I got no audio coming from you?
Yeah, we're rolling right now. Jose, I believe, does not have a mic, and so
Oh, you're troubleshooting.
they're typing it out.
Oh,
So
okay. All
we're
right.
discussing in the workshop or
All right.
the text channel.
Okay. Thanks, David. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
And things. They can still go back and look, but I mean, things like that, once it's gone, it's gone. Now reality can be whatever. Exactly, and it's like, that the history is written by the victors, and if the victors constantly rewrite it, push that out, and there's no other option, that's all you'll know. You may have remembered something 10 years ago. It's like, oh, what was that? Like in the book where it's like, oh, I can't remember if it's this or that, because he's constantly changing things.
No, I get what you're saying. What about you, Shells? What do you think about it?
I haven't read 1984 since high school. It's been a minute.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, the one that I read was the Android's Dream of
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you had a different book. Sorry. Tell us about this. No, you're
I
good.
did.
You tell us about your book.
I was I was the one who only DM'd the professor because I was like, "Is this okay?" So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was about the fine line between like androids and humanity, and at a point in time where you really couldn't tell the difference, and basically the humans were hunting the androids that came here legally. Um, yeah, and like then like towards the middle, like there was like a blurred line, and like some people that were like hunting for androids were actually androids, and yeah, it just basically it was the person that was actually hunting them got like a little bit of an existential crisis, and they referred to empathy as an empathy box, and that was used to like keep in touch with people and connect with people. It was like it used as a tool instead of something that was like inherited, if that
Instead
makes
of like
sense.
real emotion, it was like
Yeah.
something telling them to have emotion.
Yeah, it was something that was used as a tool to appear human instead of just being actually human, and that's how they survive, because they survive by being someone, like something. They're presenting something. They're not being themselves.
So,
They're
like
basically
blending in was the only way to survive type deal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
in a
yeah.
way.
So, was an empathy box like a tangible thing?
It actually is, yeah. So
Or like
it is like
a chip or something?
yeah.
Huh.
It is like figuratively, like they would be like, oh yeah, your empathy box is just like tugging away, or like, oh, it's in your bedroom. Like they would actually like be like referring to it, but yeah, it was just crazy to think of empathy that way. That is something that we technically were like basically thought when we were kids, to have empathy, and that's something that it's used to connect with other people. And yeah, it was just crazy to me also that the androids were basically turned against each other and like throw each other under the bus just to save themselves. And at times the androids acted a little more humans than humans do, and how people like were craving for like actual human animals instead of just having electrical animals. And I don't know, it was a very charged book for sure. Like every page,
Yeah, no,
like, what?
it sounds really cool.
So, how about that? Is it pertinent to? I mean, is it relevant, like to society now? It's not like we really have androids.
That you know of, maybe they're blending in.
Oh,
Sorry, Shells, you can go.
You
this
never
got
know.
deep.
You never know. Have you guys seen?
Want Trump to be in control of hate speech laws, just like I wouldn't want somebody on the other side, on the other side of the aisle, to be in control of hate speech laws.
Yeah, it's a tough issue there, because it really does come from a good point, at least I think so, of just trying to be better people, trying to make the world a safer place. But it's just once it's who's to say where the line is for that. And like you're saying, if one side changes something that disagrees with the other side, well, power changes, and then it's a retaliation kind of thing almost, and then you kind of spiral out of control.
Yeah. Attacking the other side only makes them want to attack you, and an eye for an eye makes the world go blind.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, are you in the group still?
Yeah, man. I mean, actually, hang on. Yeah, I just had to unmute.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, a question that we had a minute ago, and I'm curious what your thoughts are. We were asking what do you think makes a country go 1984? Like,
ooh,
that bad.
Yeah. Man, I thought about this a lot. There's also I was thinking about it while I was reading The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich, which I think should be required reading. I think that the common thread is that somewhere. Are you ready for a speech? I realized I was going speech mode. So I apologize, but I feel like the common thread as I look around at any. Because 1984 essentially is about totalitarian government, right? And you can't have totalitarian government without thought control. You can't, because the odds are always stacked against the government. If you could get a kind of a democratic vote, who wants to be oppressed and who does not? If you could actually talk about all of it, it would resolve out pretty fast where everybody falls out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to somehow suppress freedom of expression. You have to suppress freedom of speech. You have to suppress freedom of conscience, right? And as a consequence, I fear, not fear in a paranoid sense, but fear in a respectfully don't like kind of sense. Any system designed hence, it's why I don't like cancel culture and the shaming culture that exists in social media today. You know what I mean? Because, and the shrinking of the Overton window to absurd proportions. Essentially, you have to be totalitarian, you have to shrink the Overton window to an absurd place where saying things like Nazis are bad will get you killed. But that's because it's 1930s and it's Germany. Right? I've got to be able to say Nazis are bad. But sometimes I also maybe need to be able to say freedom is bad and democracy is bad and America is bad. I've got to be able to say that too. You know what I mean?
Right.
I got to be able to say both. And I've got to be willing then in a free society to be okay when you say things that I think are just so offensive, patently offensive. You need to be able to say it. And I think that when you lose that, that's the first step. That's the first tumbler, in my opinion, the first tumbler toward 1984 or Soviet Russia or Nazi Germany or Maoist China or North Korea or, right, is the suppression of freedom of expression. And I believe that the society practices it, and then it becomes easier for a government to enforce it. That's my opinion. And I have a very good chance of being wrong. But that's one of the things I currently believe to be true, which may in fact not be true. But that's my thought anyway.
That's fair. I feel like there's some chicken in the egg there of totalitarian government needs suppression of speech. Suppression of speech needs a totalitarian government behind it.
No, I don't think so. That's the thing. I think today in America, we have suppression of speech. And it's not coming from the government. It's coming from society.
True.
That's what I'm saying. And it starts with vilifying, opponents as less than human, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give you one example, and not to become overly political, but when Hillary Clinton lost the election, I'll tell you the moment Hillary Clinton lost the election, because I would have put $10,000 down halfway through the evening of the election that she was going to be the president. When she used the expression basket of deplorables, in my opinion, that was the moment that she lost the election. Okay. Because there was you want to energize the base of deplorables, right? And all of my sort of, Trumpist friends, right? I have friends across all, you know what I mean? I have Bernie bros that are my good friends. I got everybody. But my Trumpist friends, when Hillary went basket of deplorables, man, they began to just wear like, yep, I'm a deplorable, and now and culture wars and class warfare, you know what I mean? All those sort of warfares that lead us to paint the others as less than human, right? You can't kill, if it's Nazi Germany, you can't kill Jews until they're no longer human. Then you're just simply exterminating, something bad. If they're human, you can't do that. If they're not human, you can do that. So you can't kill Jews unless they're not human. So as soon as you start to dehumanize anybody, right, just because you disagree politically, that's where I think we start to cross all those lines. And then I think we develop an appetite for it. Culturally, societally, we develop an appetite for it. And then one last thing, and then I'm going to jump to another group so I don't dominate this conversation. But one of the things that Hitler did shortly after he came to power, he had like an enemies list, okay? Just a list of everybody that had ever pissed him off, but governmental stuff, right? Nixon also had an enemies list. That was like a famous thing. He didn't do what Hitler did, though. Then on a given day, Hitler sent, thousands of Secret Service all around the country. Gestapo, I don't know exactly what they were at the time, what their title was, right? And they basically rolled to the front doors of, like, at the same time of day in hundreds of locations around the country. And basically just, dude comes to the door, shoot him right at the door. Just shoot him right on the doorstep. So there were like 1,000 people that died in like 10 minutes all around the country. There was one instance where, that happened, and then this man's wife comes running up. She becomes hysterical, starts to scream, and they just shoot her too, right? That's the kind of ruthless murder. This is why I get really pissed when anybody throws the Hitler thing around, or you know what I mean? I saw a meme recently from one of my conservative idiot friends comparing Governor Herbert to Joseph Stalin. Okay. Oh my gosh, spare me. Please spare me. But anyway, when you do that little reign of terror, now what does that say to everybody? Make a public statement, die. That right? And so you have to, that's the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to, and that everybody has to be afraid to say what they actually think. You have to somehow induce fear of what it is you actually think. That's the bottom line. And then you can absolutely get there. Any comments, reactions? Agree, disagree? It's all good, man. You can disagree with me. I like that. I don't know. Any other just comments or anything before I bail out that you want to on the agree, disagree?
There, if when you go and say dissent is met with violence, there's a tipping point where either everyone is going to stand down and stop, because they don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
Or everyone's going to disagree.
You're going to rise up.
Point of which way the pendulum swings.
That's right. No, that's exactly right. And it's tough. It's tough because in the moment, these battles are first fought with words and with ideology, with ideas. You notice that that's the thing, right, in 1984, right? There's so much. It's all about the fundamental battle for control of the people is information, and the suppression of expression. In fact, if you simply just go through the Bill of Rights and just walk through all the elements in the Bill of Rights and just line them up against 1984, it's an interesting exercise. right? Which ones are not there? Which ones have been removed? You know, when Hugo Chavez nationalized the press in Venezuela, you know it's not going to end well, right?
Yeah.
you know it's not gonna end well. Anyway, I'm gonna bail out, but enjoy the conversation.
Okay, thanks, Doctor.
All right, yeah, you bet. See ya.
Really interesting. Like, so many differences in between the movie and the book, but I like them both still. So,
I think they did very well with the movie.
Hey guys, which movie are you talking about? Sorry, I just dropped into your.
Ready Player One.
Oh, okay.
We've had a little bit of discussion about contrast, but most of it has been
how the
me
movie
talking, I guess.
Okay.
Anyway.
Way to go, Frank.
Talking about how the education system could be adapted to virtual reality in much the same way that they had it in the book.
Interesting.
And we trailed a little bit off of there. Somebody else could speak to that.
Did anybody?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, go, Donald. I didn't mean to cut you off.
So I have two brothers. They're both under the age of 10. Anyways, during the COVID situation, they actually ended up attending a RPG school hosted game where they actually had to run around and get quests from teachers and do homework assignments from the teachers in like a virtual school on a computer. So it's kind of where our point trailed from the Ready Player One to how close we are actually getting to that point of having a virtual reality school.
Hey, let me just ask you this, then you can get back to your virtual reality thing. But I thought that the movie was decent eye candy, but overall sucked in comparison to the book. Agree, disagree?
I think that happens anytime a book gets turned into a movie.
Except for some of the Harry Potters where the movies were actually as good or better than the books.
Yeah, that's fair.
In my opinion.
We can agree to disagree on that.
Hey, agreement to disagree is one of the beautiful things in life.
I felt like the book and the movie were separate. Like
Okay.
I like to think of it as How to Train Your Dragon because I saw the movie first and then I read the book. So
okay.
Wait, so a book for How to Train Your Dragon?
Yeah, there's a book for How to Train Your Dragon, and it's nothing like the movie. And I find that the movie was better than the book. In Ready Player One, I don't feel it's the same case, mainly because there's a lot of stuff I loved in the book that was left out of the movie.
Oh, always, right? You have to do that unless the movie is 5 hours of The Hobbit, which you can read the book in that length of time, right? Where you know what I mean? The Hobbit movies were way, way longer. There was nothing left out and probably a bunch put in. That's the exception. But I loved the book. But I also lived through all the pop references, the pop culture references. Were all like live for me, which was really cool.
I found it really interesting because it actually referenced a TV series that I watched when I was young, and I'm like, what? That was in the book? I didn't even see a single reference in the movie. I would have loved that. So,
yeah. Hey, I'm going to jump back out, but I really did like Ready Player One. I liked the book, and the movie. To me, the movie turned into big sappy crap at the end. It just, you know what I mean? I don't know. The ending killed me in Ready Player One.
more of a romantic love story at the end.
Right, a la Hallmark Special. I'm sorry, it lost me.
You gotta sell tickets.
I know it lost me. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I'm jumping out. Hey, see you later.
See ya. Yeah.
Ultimately, it's more cost efficient, and then whoever comes up with the next great exploit, and whoever can keep it hidden the longest wins. Like, keep the exploit hidden to where researchers can't find it or anything like that. You infect enough machines and trigger them all at once, you can destroy an infrastructure within a matter of minutes. The hard part is finding the right exploit that won't be found.
Yeah. Well, and you can cripple a government. Like, like so not Petya was a huge like cyber attack against Ukraine, but it didn't stay in Ukraine. It crossed networks and like caused like $7 billion of damage around the world. And I don't know, like it totally disrupted the Ukrainian government because like they couldn't do anything. Like they couldn't access their banking, they couldn't access their telephones, like all of this stuff shut down all at once. So like people couldn't even commute home after work. And so I feel like that could totally cripple a country if everything they had was like attacked successfully.
Now imagine if New York was EMP'd.
Yeah.
Are you guys Countdown to Zero Day? Just sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You know, I have not read it. I read like the first 2 pages, and I had to push it away because there was some dutiful thing I had to read instead. But I regret that, and I'm filled with self-loathing for my poor choice. Because I
Let me
should
introduce you to the miracle of Audible.
Yeah, thanks, Wyatt.
Folding laundry, listen to a book.
I know.
I mean, yeah, that's what I do.
Well,
with the
I'm
book. I still
backlogged
haven't
on
finished it 'cause
Audible
my life
too.
got hella crazy.
This is my problem. I'm backlogged on Audible as well. What was that, Penguin?
I listened to Cuckoo's Egg on a road trip. I had to drive like 6 or 7 hours.
Oh, nice.
Put it on ×2 speed.
Was that good?
Yeah,
Where-
yeah, like I can understand it and everything.
Nice, nice. Hey, I'm going to jump out. You guys can kind of bail whenever. Drop some comments into the general chat. But,
Okay.
Wrap up whenever you feel like it.
Awesome.
As long as it's,
Yep. Sorry, I cut you off, Wyatt. You were in the middle
I
of...
was just saying, as long as you don't have ADHD, listen to 2 times speed works just fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that. I was also going to ask, if CD Knudsen and not CD Knudsen are in the same workshop at the same time, does it create like an antimatter explosion or something? I don't know. It feels dangerous and unstable, though. So I'm going to... that's why I got to bail out of here.
All right, yeah.
Just to
get
keep
out of
everybody safe, okay? See ya.
here.
Hey, Workshop 9, what's topic of the day? It's all silent in here.
We're all writing up. We decided we talked about it a bit. We're all going to write a 1 paragraph blurb.
Oh, sweet.
And post that into general.
Awesome.
So we're all right now.
All right. And you can just, and bail out whenever, right? We're kind of at time and, your schedule's your own at this point.
Cool.
All right. Okay, see ya.
Okay.
Yep.
It was. I think it was Pizza Hut. But the idea it gave there was that people are taking kids into the pizza store. I don't know the details. It didn't really go into huge detail with it, but basically that there was like some, I don't know if it was trafficking or they were killing the kids and using them for sauce or something like that. But I guess some guy on social media freaked out and went to one of the locations with a gun and got arrested.
Wow.
But that was spreading around on Facebook because of how sensational it was.
Hey, wait, can I back you up, Carson?
Yeah.
Because I came in halfway through this story. I just, real quick, because I don't want to intrude, but context? Is this like a fake story going around that caused somebody to go crazy?
Yeah, so
okay, all right.
It was from the Social Dilemma you had us watch.
Oh, okay.
We're relating that to the books.
Okay, gotcha. Which, by the way, I have not watched that yet because I couldn't.
What?
No,
Oh my,
I swear.
You gotta.
You have to. I know. You have to forgive me though because it's just been really busy, and I didn't require it strictly because it was on Netflix and not everybody has Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of put it as an optional, but like highly encouraged. No, but I need to. I really, really need to, and I'm so sorry.
It's really good. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But the example I was using is that kind of talks about how big companies use our data, and how this is what they're openly saying that they're using our data for. This is what we know that it's used for because they tell us that's what it's used for, and that already seems bad.
Right.
But then you get to what Snowden's talking about, and the government doesn't tell us exactly what it's used for, even if it's used at all. But I mean, the companies there are companies who create things better than the government on its huge budget creates, and so it's possible that there are companies with better ways to mine data than the government has anyway in the first place. I mean, whether or not that's likely, who knows? But honestly, we don't even know what's going on.
Right. No, and that story reminds me of one that had just popped up. I mean, I haven't. It was another company that was on social media that was kind of exposed, or not exposed, but what do you call it? Accused of doing it something similar as that the Pizzagate. It was just recent, and I didn't really look into it too much myself, but I know it was blowing up on social media. I can't remember the company though. It was like the furniture company. Did you guys hear about that one?
I didn't.
No.
Oh shoot! It's now that's gonna bug me. One sec.
Hey guys, I'm stepping out. I'm hopping, but wrap up whenever you want. We're kind of just on time, so yeah. But I mean, no pressure, right? Schedule's your own, and drop any cool comments onto the general chat. Okay.
All right.
All right. Okay. See ya. Hey guys, I'm just kind of popping. It looks like I'm seeing some comments already coming from you guys on the general chat. So, but we're at time, so wrap up. Do whatever you want as far as wrap up goes. Okay. Cool.
Sounds good.
All right. What was your topic over here in number 12? Oh wait, I just saw Lath's AI. Okay. All right, super cool.
Yep.
God does not play dice. I don't believe this.
Yep. And then, of course, quantum theory became one of the most grounded, rigorous forms of scientific study on the planet.
And yet, outside of that, we've basically not been able to prove anything Einstein has done incorrect.
Yeah.
At the same time, which is like, okay, well then how did these two things align? We don't have a theory for everything.
Yep.
There is no one singular theory that works.
Hey guys, I'm bouncing in and bouncing out, but
So it's funny because in his mind, he may have been absolutely correct in the context that he was thinking of the physical world in a very specific context.
Yep.
And yet, yeah.
Hey guys, real quick, I'm just bouncing in and bouncing out, but we're at time, kind of a little past time.
Yeah.
Schedule's your own. Do whatever you want. Drop a little comment in the general chat would be great. And other than that, just kind of manage your own wind down however you want.
All right. Okay, thanks.
Cool. Yeah, you bet. See ya.
Probably gave him dentures at some point.
Yeah, or you'd have to get them.
Hey guys, real quick, I'm just bouncing in and back out. We're at time, so just wrap up. Whenever, however you want. Schedule's your own, and make sure you drop a comment. Anything interesting in the general chat. Looks like you maybe already did some at least.
We would have just been talking in the workshop channel mostly.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna bounce and go. See ya.
See ya.
Cool. not give up, but get used to your fame or your lead that you have over others, and you get complacent. You kind of get stuck in this rut, right? And even though he had gotten that first key, I think I agree. He let that fame get to his head, and I'm not upset that they added it into the book, as it shows that eventually he realized his mistake and overcame it and had that character development towards the end.
I think something else is that in that book it really emphasizes that no one else is going to push you, because the Gunters were all basically on their own, which is an interesting contrast to the movie where they're kind of working together. But like the contrast is sometimes you're on your own in life and you really have to push yourself to reach maybe those goals are that next Easter egg that you want to get out of life. So.
Hey guys, I'm bouncing out. I just wanted to just remind we're past time or on time. You know what I mean? We're at time. Wrap up however you want. Manage the clock. You're on your own. And just make sure and drop your cool comment on the general chat. Cool?
Yeah, sounds good.
Alrighty. Okay, see ya.
See ya.
Okay, so actually I'm muted and off the voice channel on Discord. So this is just for the YouTube archive for anybody watching. There's a great, if you're in the class, there's some really great comments just rolling in the general chat. So go check that out on Discord. And other than that, we are done. We're at time. You got bits and pieces. I hope that was somewhat interesting.